I Before I continue, I want to apologize for what happened last week Friday. I was on live and I was reading the part two or chapter two of the book, and something happened. I could no longer continue. I had to just stop it halfway. I'm so sorry for that. We had somebody was celebrating birthday, and because I'm usually in charge of all the recordings and all of that, so that was why they had to come and call me, and we could not finish. So I'm really sorry for cutting it short, for not continuing. So today I'm going to start all over again, and we start from chapter 2. People that are new here, this we're reading the five love languages by Gary Chapman, and the chapter one in summary was just saying that you need to learn the love language of your partner. You need to know their love language in order to know how to love them best, because you may be loving them in your own way, and to them they're not feeling the love, they are not getting what they actually want. So you need to learn your partner's love language. And he shared a story of a man who has been married for he has been married 3 times, and like he has been married 3 times, and he's still not getting, or he still does not understand how marriage works. So that was the story he shared then. And so let's just move on. I don't want us to waste time. So we're starting with chapter 2, keeping the love tank full. Yeah, the tank, TANK. And I said also that in case you want to be reading along, you can just download the PDF, download it on your phone, and you can be reading along. So let's start from chapter 2 now. Love is the most important word in the English language, and the most confusing part. Yeah, love is very important and as well confusing. If you read the chapter 1, where the story is shared, where the man said that he loved her, he tried everything, he did everything, and still the marriage did not work. So to you, you think you know how to love, you think you know what love actually is, but to your partner, that is not what love means to them. So both secular and religious thinkers agree that love plays essential role in life. Even as Christians, love is like the basis for us. If you don't know how to love, if you don't have love in you, then there is no way you can really act like Christ did. Christ, when he came, he loved everybody. When the Bible says love your neighbor as yourself, so love is a very crucial role. Yeah, it's a central role in life. We are told that love is a man we are told that love is a many splendored thing, and that love makes the world go round. Thousands of books, songs, magazines, and movies are peppered with the word. Numerous philosophical and theological systems have made a prominent place for love. And the founder of the Christian faith wanted love to be the distinguishing characteristics of his followers. As I said earlier, I said that even as a Christian, one of like the major role is love. If you have all the gifts, or if you have all the fruit of the spirit and you don't have love, everything is a waste. So love is very important. Moving on, psychologists have concluded that the need to feel loved is a primary human emotional need. For love, we will climb mountains, cross seas, traverse desert sands, and endure untold hardships. Without love, mountains become unclimbable. That is when you hear some people say, I can go, I can kill for you, I can die for you, I can climb, I can move the mountains for you. It is not them talking, it is the love that is talking. Because when people are in love, people do extreme things that normally they won't do, but because love has blindfolded them, so they will do and undo. Yeah, so without love, mountains become unclimbable, seas uncrossable, desert unbearable, and hardship our plight in life. The Christian apostle to the Gentiles, Paul exalted love when he indicated that all human accomplishments that are not motivated by love are in the end empty. Yeah, this reminded me. I listened to a podcast recently this year, and the man was saying that the greatest of all the things he has achieved in his life is the relationship he has with his family and that of his wife and the people around him. He said that in everything he has acquired, his family and the people he loves are still like the most important things to him. You can attribute his achievement, his net worth, and everything. But he said out of all of them, the greatest is the love and the relationship he has with his family. So I agree with this one. So he concluded that in the last scene of the human drama, only three characters will remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of this is love. Like the greatest of all these things that we have here on earth is love. Do you have love in you? And the thing about this love is that it is not until you start a relationship or you be in a relationship before you start love to people. You share this love to everyone around you, regardless of the relationship between you and that person. So that person does not necessarily have to be your partner or your family members. You share love to outsider. Okay, let me play a scenario for you now. What if you are in the bus, you're going to work, and the person seated you is carrying a baby, they have a baby, and the person says, oh, please help me carry this baby, let me just do something. And while you're carrying the baby just pour, like he or she pours on your body, or like saliva or something. What will you do? Like we say, because I don't know, what will you do if you don't have love? Do you think you not just link that child, or you just angrily give the baby back to the mother? So you have to have love. It is that love in you that will make you to just restrain you. It will restrain you from doing anything knows or anything stupid. Do you get? It is love. So the love does not have to be for your family members alone. Just share the love. But of course, you know that our topic today or our book is referring to the marriage love or relationship. I think if we can agree that the word love permeates human society, both historically and in the present, we must also agree that it is the most confusing word. Like I said before, love is very, very confusing. Sorry, let me do something because I don't want calls to be. I don't want people to start calling me. I'm just sorry for that. Yeah, so love is like the most confusing word. When you see married people, maybe they go for counseling or for counseling, and you hear the man saying that what do you want that I've not given you? What is it that you want that I've not given you? I bought you cars, I bought you this, I bought you that. And the woman is saying that this is not what I want. I just want to have you. I just want your attention. But probably maybe the man is a very, very busy person, like all these business people that travel a lot. So the man is not always at home. But the cars, the luxury hair, the bags and everything that the man is getting for her, it's just the material thing. That is not the way she wants to be loved. But the man is thinking that, oh, after all I've done for you, then you should not have any reason to go outside or to cheat on me. But the man is saying that everything you have bought for me is nothing. I just want you. So if you think about it, love is very confusing. We use it in 1,000 ways. We say I love hot dogs, and in the next breath I love my mother. We speak of loving activities: swimming, skiing, hunting. We love objects, food, cars, houses. We love animals, dogs, cats, even pet nails. We love nature: trees, grass, flowers, and weather. We love people: mother, father, son, daughter, parents, wives, husband, friends. We even fall in love with love. Okay, yeah. So if all that is not confusing enough, we also use the word love to explain behavior. I did it because I love her. That explanation is given for all kinds of actions. A man is involved a man is involved in an adulterous relationship and he calls it love. Like, make it make sense. What's the meaning of that? You cheated on your wife, like you cheated on your partner, and you're saying that you did it out of love. Please explain to me. I'm not getting it. I don't understand that kind of love. Please, I want you to explain to me. How is that love? To him, he said it's love. Well, I don't know. I don't want to experience that kind of love. I do not want to experience that kind of love. Okay, so, and he calls it love. The preacher, on the other hand, calls it sin. Well, the wife of an alcoholic picks up the pieces after her husband's latest episode. She calls it love. I know of somebody, or I used to know of somebody that her husband is just, I don't know. I don't want to say she married the wrong person, but if you look at it, everybody around her knows that she married the wrong person. But it's just that they cannot just say it to her, but I'm sure she already knows that she married the wrong person. Like, the husband is one of like the most useless person I've ever seen in my life. And sometimes I feel like, why are you still with this man? Like, you have three children, and you're the one doing everything. And all this man does is to bring more problem to your life. Like, this man goes out because in turn they will come back to the house and start disturbing this out to borrow money. The people will come back and collect the money from the wife. So for me as a then, I usually feel like, why are you still with this man? Why not you have the money? You're obviously the one working. You're working for this money and everything. Why not just go out there, rent an apartment, go with your children, leave the stupid man alone? But she says things like, this is my cross, I'm going to carry it, this is the love I signed for, and I'm like, this is not love. That is not love. But yeah, now they're saying that the wife of an alcoholic picks up the pieces after her husband's death episode. She calls it love. So I don't know. This love is quite deep. It is deep, but to a psychologist, they call it codependency, because you've just seen this person as your last resort. So what you guys are just doing is that you're just co-parenting. You're just together, living together. There is nothing between you guys again. The parent indulges all the children's wishes, calling it love. The family therapist will call it irresponsible parenting. What then is love? Like, if all of this, if everybody is saying this is love to me, this is what love to me, and you're saying that is not love, so what exactly is love? Like, what's the definition of love? The purpose of this book is not to eliminate all confusion surrounding the word love, but focus on that kind of love that is essential to our emotional health. Child psychologists affirm that every child has certain basic needs that must be met if he is able to be emotionally stable. Among those emotional needs, none is more basic than the need for love and affection. Yeah, I have a story, but I don't want to share that story. So I don't know if I said this in my chapter 1. I said that in my house, the way we grew up, we don't say the word love, that I love you. We don't express it, but we do it in our actions. So I love my siblings so much. Like, I love them so much. I can do some things that I normally not do for them. However, I will never say the word I love you to them, because to me, even to them, it will sound somehow. If my daddy should call me now, my daddy should say I love you, I will cringe, like, sir, what did you just say? Because I've never heard that before. Like, I've never heard it before in my house, in my where I grew up. It is just through our actions. We don't say it out. But somehow, I craved for it. I wanted it. When I go out and I see some maybe children talking to their parent on phone, and after the conversation they say I love you, I crave for it. I'll be like, okay, I wish I was brought up like this. I wish I would, like, I'm able to say I love you to my parents, to my daddy, or to I can't say it. I'm sorry, I can't say it. I cannot say it, but I love them. Among those emotional needs, none is more basic than the need for love and affection. The need the need to sense that he or she belongs and is wanted. With an adequate supply of affection, the child will likely develop into a responsible adult. Without that love, he or she will be emotionally and socially retarded. I like the metaphor for the first time I heard it. Inside every child is an emotional tank waiting to be filled with love. As I said that time, I wanted that relationship. I craved for that relationship, for that father and daughter relationship. I wanted it so bad. I wanted where I could just pick up my phone and talk to my daddy, because my mom is late. So I wanted that situation that I would just pick up my phone and call my daddy and be able to tell him things that I want, like things that are bothering me, and he will not judge me. And after everything, we'll say I love you to each other. But I didn't get that. Moving on, when a child really feels loved, it will develop normally, but when the love tank is empty, the child will misbehave. Sometimes when I exhibit some character, or when I do some things, I feel like if maybe I had a proper home bringing, maybe like a lovable home, not like Oh God, I don't know what to say. I of course, I said it that we don't say I love you. We do it in our actions. But if the environment was more free, if it was more free for air your opinion, see what I know, or I know that some things that I do now, I may not be doing them. There's some things that I would do, and I'll have to like tell myself that, oh, you did not do that well. You didn't do it. Like that was very, very bad of you. Probably if I had a really father figure in my life that showed me the way that, yeah, maybe I want to be. So when a child is normally developed, when a child was or is raised with love, they will act normal. But the one that is not raised with love, you always see that sign. They will always have it in them. That's why you ask that, were you not raised, or are you not loved at home, or something like that. Much of all the behavior of children is motivated by the cravings of an empty love tank. I was listening to Dr. Rose Campbell, a psychiatrist who specializes in the treatment of children and adolescents. As I listened, I thought of the hundreds of parents who had paraded the misdeeds of their children through my office. I had never visualized an empty love tank inside those children, but I had certainly seen the result of it. Their misbehavior was a misguided search for the love they did not feel. Yeah, I also feel like some touts or some boys that we see that misbehave on the road now, like when you're going and you see a tout on the road, or some people that are not well cultured, sometimes I feel like maybe they were not raised with love. That is the way I usually feel, like these people were not raised with love. That if truly they were raised with love, they will not be behaving this way. So it's possible. Like these children we see outside, most of them, when they didn't come from a good home, they did not come from home where the father and the mother were in love and they showed it to them. They didn't come from that. So sometimes I do not blame them. But however, I still feel like even if you're not raised in a godly or a lovable home, you can train yourself. You can train yourself to act normal in the society, or act normally in the society. So I've certainly seen the result of it. Their misbehavior was a misguided search for the love they did not feel. They were seeking love in the wrong places and in all the wrong ways. Yeah. I've also seen some people who, because of they just wanted to be accepted into the society, because of that they joined the wrong gang. They searched for love in the wrong place, and that led to their destruction. So yeah, there's a case of one prominent artist that died. Yeah, the major problem from everything that I saw was the problem started from his family. It came from a dysfunctional home. Sorry, it came from a dysfunctional home, and yeah, everything was just a mess, and the guy died. Eventually he died. So he searched for love in the wrong place, and he got involved into so many shitty things. And yeah, so they were seeking love in the wrong places and in the wrong ways. I remember Ashley, who at 13 years of age was being treated for a sexually transmitted disease. Her parents were crushed. They were angry with Ashley. They were upset with the school, which they blamed for teaching her about sex. Why would she do this? They asked. At the heart of the mankind, existence is a desire to be intimate and to be loved by another. Marriage is designed to meet that need for intimacy and above. So this is where I am now. Yeah. So in my conversation with Ashley, she told me of her parents' divorce when she was 6 years old. I thought my father left because he didn't love me, she said. When my mother remarried when I was 10, I felt she now had someone to love her, but I still had no one to love me. I wanted so much to be loved. I met this boy at school. He was older than me, but he liked me. I couldn't believe it. He was kind to me, and in a while, I really felt he loved me. I didn't want to have sex, but I wanted to be loved. So she searched for love in the wrong place, because that was what she was denied of in her own home, in her house. She felt like her father left the mother. and no one loved her. So the mother remarried. The mother became happy, but she was still there. She needed that love, and she was not getting it. So she found the love in the wrong place. Ashley's love tank had been empty for many years. Her mother and stepmother had provided for her physical needs, but had not realized the emotional struggle raging inside her. If you remember this one I shared, that you see some married men, maybe when they go for counseling, when they're having issues, so married, when they're talking, then the man will start saying that, what do you want I have not given you? Tell me what I have not given you. I bought you car, I bought you this, I bought you that. And the woman will say, all these things, I do not need them. All I want is just you. I want your attention. I want you to be at home. But the man is saying, I cannot be at home. I have to go and bring in money. I have to do this, I have to do that. This woman is saying that this is not the way I want to be loved. This is not the way I want to be loved. I want you to be at home. I want to have you to me. But you're not always available. You're just buying me cars, you buy me luxury air, you buy me the latest gadgets. All of these things are material things. I do not need them. So the husband does not know how to love the wife. He has not learned a love language. And this is the same thing for Ashley here. Ashley's love tank was empty. She needed to be loved, but she got the love in the wrong. No, she didn't even get the love. She thought she got the love, but that was not love. She got it in the wrong place, and she ended up with a sexually transmitted disease. They certainly loved Ashley, and they felt that she felt their love. Not until it was almost too late did they discover that they were not speaking Ashley's primary love language. The emotional need for love, however, is not simply a childhood phenomenon. That need follows us into adulthood and into marriage. Sometimes there are some things that I still do, like I feel like I should have outgrown this thing, but I'm still doing them. This thing, they started way back, like they started way back, but I'm still doing all of these things. So some things will grow with us, some things will not leave us. That's just the way it is. So if you're loved at home, it will grow with you till you become an adult. And if you're not loved at home, you will grow and become a bitter adult, a rude, disrespectful. That's the way you become. Yeah, so some things does not leave us. They follow us into adulthood and sometimes into marriage. So please watch yourself. Start doing a checkup on yourself. Start doing an inner checkup to know if there are some characters that you have now that is not good. My dear, you need to leave them. You need to stop all those characters. Now, if there are some characters that you have, the in love experience temporarily meets that need. They temporarily, oh gosh, temporarily. God, what the fuck? Let me say anything. But it is inevitably a quick fix, and as we shall learn later, has a limited and predictable lifespan. Okay, so I am in love with this, I'm in love with him, it's just a temporary feeling. My dear, when you enter into that marriage, you will now start seeing the real deal. That is when you now know if truly you are actually in love or not. See, that feeling that you get is a butterfly feeling. That honeymoon phase, that, oh, I love my partner so much, this, that, just calm down, relax. When you enter or you start that marriage, and now start seeing, and things start unfolding, you now start asking yourself that, am I truly in love? Do I truly love this person? Can I live with all these things? So for now, it's still a feeling. Calm down till you really experience what love is. Then you can now see if truly you are in love or not. After we come down from the eye of the in love obsession, the emotional need for love resurfaces because it is fundamental to our nature. Let me read that again. After we come down from the eye of the in love obsession, the emotional need for love resurfaces because it is fundamental to our nature. It is at the center of our emotional desires. We needed love before we fell in love, and we will need it as long as we live. Okay, as human, we always want to be loved. We always want to feel loved. We always want that love. Even before we now enter into that love, that is when you realize that the moment you fall in love, it just is so easy for you. It's so easy to just say you love that person. It's so easy to do things that you never do before. Why? Because it's in you already. You just need to be activated. We all have it in us. We all want to be loved. So the moment we come in contact with somebody that can love us, then it becomes so easy for us. So everybody wants to be loved. If anybody's telling you that it's a lie, they don't want to be loved, I'm sorry, they're lying. It's because they've not met that person. When they really come in contact with the person that will, make their heart beat, they will know what love is. That's when everybody wants to be loved. Yep. Yeah, so the need to feel loved by one spouse is at the heart of marital desires. A man said to me recently, what good is the house, the cars, the place at the beach, or any of the rest of it if your wife doesn't love you? God, that's like the worst. That's like hell on net. You have everything. You're successful. You're successful. Your business, your career, and everything, but you don't have a wife that loves you. Like that is hell on it. Because when you've closed for the day, after your daily activities, after everything at work, and you're going home, you start thinking that, oh God, I'm going into this house again. I'm going to like, that is not even a home. You cannot call that you're going to your home. It is not, because it's just like a prison. Yeah. So what then is the essence of all the money and the cars and everything you have, and you don't have a loving wife? You don't have a wife that loves you. It's nothing. Do you understand what it? More than anything, I want to be loved by my wife. More than anything, I want to be loved by my husband. I want to be loved. Material things are no replacement for human or emotional love. Like, it cannot. I hear some people say it's better to cry in a limousine, in a Lamborghini, in a Benz or Range Rover than to be crying in a keke napep. The thing is, you're still crying. Cry is still there. That crying is there. So even if you're crying in a conducive environment, the point is that you're crying. So it's not better to not even cry at all. It's not better to not cry at all. Why do you want to just go for, because of what you're getting, you just want to be with that person? And it's not good to cry in a limousine, anything. No, don't even cry at all. That's the best. Don't cry at all. Do you understand what? Okay, so material things are no replacement for human emotional love. A wife says he ignores me all day long, and then wants to jump in bed with me. I hate it. She's not a wife who hates sex. She's a wife desperately pleading for emotional love. That's all. Okay, that was a network glitch. At the heart of something in our nature cries out to be loved by another. Isolation is devastating to the human psychic. That is why solitary confinement is considered the cruelest of punishments. At the heart of mankind's existence is the desire to be intimate and to be loved by another. Marriage is designed to meet that need for intimacy and love. That is why the ancient biblical writings spoke of the husband and wife becoming one flesh. That did not mean that individuals lose their identity. No, it meant that they would enter into each other's life in a deep and intimate way. The New Testament writers challenge both the husband and wife to love each other. From Plato to Peck, writers have emphasized the importance of love in marriage. But if love is important, it is also elusive. I have listened to many married couples share their secret pain. Some came to me because the inner ache had become unbearable. Others came because they realized that their behavioral patterns or the misbehavior of their spouse was destroying the marriage. Some came simply to inform me that they no longer wanted to be married. Their dreams of living happily ever after had been dashed against the hard walls of reality again and again. I have heard our love is gone. Our relationship is dead. We used to feel close, but not now. We no longer enjoy being with each other. We don't meet each other's need. Their stories bear testimony that adults as well as children have love tanks. Yeah. Could it be that deep inside, hurting couples exist are invisible? Okay. Emotional love tank with its gauge on empty. Okay. Maybe that deep inside, hurting couples exist invisible emotional love tank. Yes, yes. It is. Could the misbehavior, withdrawal, harsh words, and critical spirits occur because of that empty tank? Yes, it's obviously coming from that, because if the love tank, or if their love tank was full, they would not be like this. Some of them will not be aggressive. Some mothers that you see that they beat their children anyhow. Go and look at it very well. Something is wrong with their marriage. It is either they are not getting the proper love they need from the father of their children, so they transfer those aggressions to the children. Something is always wrong. They don't just react that way. It is coming from a place of emptiness and bitterness. If you could find a way to fill it, could the marriage be reborn? Yes, probably. With a full tank, would couples be able to create an emotional climate where it is possible to discuss differences and resolve conflict? I believe so. With a full tank, I believe. Could that tank be the key that makes marriage works? It's possible. Those questions sent me on a long journey. Along the way, I discovered the simple yet powerful insight contained in this book. The journey has taken me not only through 30 years of marriage counseling, but into the hearts and minds of hundreds of couples throughout America. From Seattle to Miami, couples have invited me into their inner chamber of their marriages, and we have talked openly. The illustrations included in these books are cut from the fabric of real life. Only names and places are changed to protect the privacy of the individuals who have spoken so freely. I am convinced that keeping the emotional love tank full is as important to a marriage as maintaining the proper oil level is to an automobile. Running your marriage on an empty love tank may cost you even more than trying to drive your car without oil. What you are about to read has the potential of saving thousands of marriages and can even enhance the emotional climate of a good marriage. Whatever quality of your marriage now, it can always be better. 1. Understanding the 5 love languages and learning to speak the primary love languages of your spouse may radically affect his or her behavior. People behave differently when their emotional love tanks are full. Before we examine the 5 love languages, however, I must address one other important but confusing phenomenon: the euphoric experience of falling in love. So guys, we're done with our chapter 2 today, and yep, that was I think I wanted to talk about something here. Let me go back to it. I think so. I remember in church. I remember one time like that, we're having one seminar for married people, but I was opportunity to just stay maybe to learn. So one woman said that a woman is like, she's like a car, that if you do not service her well, she will not function well. If you're driving a car, at least you should dedicate, like, there should be like times for, what's it called, for servicing, maybe every three months or every 6 months. I don't know how it depends on your car, and you know what's best for your car. So she said that a woman is like a car. You need to be servicing her very well, emotionally, financially, anyhow, and every way you can. Just service her. If you service her, you get the good part of her. And I also believe that a man also needs to be serviced, okay? Because the marriage is a partnership, so it's not just the wife that needs to be receiving, the man too needs to be receiving. So yeah, we have come to the end of our chapter 2 today, and for people that are still going to watch this video, please, if you're reading the 5 love languages by Gary Chapman, do well to download it and read, or if you can even get the hard copy, that'll be better. So just read and digest, and tomorrow we'll continue from chapter 3. We'll continue from chapter 3, falling in love. So go and read this in advance, and tomorrow we'll share the gist together. So thank you for listening. See you tomorrow. Bye.